Let's quickly set the scene for anyone who missed the news. Formula One officially confirmed the cancellations ahead of the Chinese Grand Prix on March 15th. Bahrain was scheduled for April 10th to 12th, and Saudi Arabia the very next weekend, April 17th to 19th. Back-to-back races. Gone. Both countries were struck by Iranian missile and drone attacks. Retaliation for US-Israeli airstrikes on Iran. The situation in the Gulf escalated fast. The UK Foreign Office even issued "do not travel" warnings to Bahrain at one point. F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali said, and I quote, "It was, unfortunately, the right decision at this stage." The FIA's Mohammed Ben Sulayem said, "Safety of the community comes first." And honestly, you cannot argue with that. People's lives matter more than a race weekend, full stop. Now, venues like Imola in Italy and Portimao in Portugal were discussed as potential replacements. But F1 confirmed, no replacements. The season drops from 24 races to just 22. And that creates a 5-week gap. Japan on March 29th, then nothing until Miami on May 3rd. 5 weeks of nothing. So what does that actually mean? Before we get into the impact, let's quickly look at where the championship stands after 2 races. George Russell leads the Drivers' Championship with 51 points. His Mercedes teammate Kimi Antonelli, yes, the 18-year-old Italian rookie, is right behind him in second with 47 points, just 4 points back after winning the Chinese Grand Prix. Then you've got Charles Leclerc in third for Ferrari on 34 points, Lewis Hamilton fourth on 33. His first podium for Ferrari finally came in China, by the way, and Oliver Bearman in fifth for Haas with 17 points. Reigning champion Lando Norris is sixth, and Max Verstappen, 4-time world champion, is down in 8th with just 8 points after 2 terrible weekends. In the constructors, Mercedes is absolutely dominating with 98 points. Ferrari is second but already 31 points behind. McLaren have had a nightmare, both cars failed to even start in China. They're stuck on 18 points. And Red Bull, Aston Martin, Cadillac, they're all struggling badly. So Mercedes is on fire. Russell and Antonelli are pulling away. And now, everyone gets 5 weeks off. Now here's where it gets really interesting. 5 weeks between races might sound like a holiday. But in Formula One, a long break like this is actually a weapon. And the teams at the top of the development war know exactly how to use it. Mercedes, they are already the fastest car on the grid. Dominant in Australia, dominant in China. A 1-2 in both races. Normally, in a tight calendar, the teams chasing you barely have time to breathe. You race every 2 weeks, you're constantly moving freight, updating cars on the fly. But now, Mercedes has 5 weeks in the factory, 5 weeks to make the W17 even faster, even harder to catch. This break could be their gift. Ferrari, this is massive for them too. Lewis Hamilton has spoken about how the car still isn't fully sorted. Charles Leclerc has been quick but not quite at Mercedes level. 5 weeks of development time could help them close that gap before Miami. If Ferrari comes to Miami with proper upgrades, this championship gets spicy. McLaren, Lando Norris defending champion, but what a nightmare start. Both cars didn't even start in China. Their MCL40 clearly has serious issues under the new 2026 regulations. 5 weeks in the factory is exactly what they need to reset, find the problems, fix the car. Miami could genuinely be a McLaren reset race if they use this time well. Now the other side of the coin, who does this hurt? Red Bull and Max Verstappen. Verstappen is down in 8th. Red Bull's car is nowhere near the front under the new regulations. And here's the thing. Verstappen is the kind of driver who finds his rhythm race by race. He is at his best when he is racing, adapting, attacking. A 5-week break kills that momentum. It's cold restart time in Miami. And with the car where it is right now, that is not what Red Bull needs. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll have 0 points after 2 races. 0. Their car is in a completely different zip code from the top teams. 5 weeks helps them develop, but they are so far behind, even a big upgrade step might not save their season. Cadillac and the new teams, Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas at Cadillac, are still on 0 points. For a brand new team, finding your rhythm takes races. Actual race experience. Fewer races means fewer learning opportunities. This break interrupts whatever momentum they were slowly building. Let's quickly talk about money, because this is Formula One. Losing Bahrain and Saudi Arabia isn't just about the racing. These are two of the most financially important races on the calendar. Reports suggest F1 will earn around $971 million from promoter hosting fees in 2026, compared to $1.04 billion last year. That's a significant drop. And there are additional losses: hospitality, trackside sponsorship, TV revenues for those weekends, all gone. F1 also confirmed that replacement events were looked at, but ruled out, partly because a replacement race at such short notice wouldn't bring in a hosting fee, so it would actually cost Formula One money to organize it, not earn money. The math didn't work. Historically, 22 races is actually the shortest F1 season since 2023. So despite this being the most exciting era of new regulations in years, fans actually get fewer races to enjoy it. So let's bring it all together. 2 races gone, 5 weeks of silence, and a championship that was already electric: Russell versus Antonelli, Mercedes dominating, Verstappen struggling, Hamilton finally getting a Ferrari podium, now has a massive question mark over it. The break could be a lifeline for McLaren and Ferrari. It could give Mercedes time to extend their advantage even further, and for Verstappen and Red Bull, it might just be 5 more weeks of watching rivals pull away. When the lights go out in Miami on May 3rd, this won't feel like round 4 of a normal season. It's going to feel like a reset, a relaunch, with every team potentially showing up with a completely different car. Miami 2026 might just be the most important Grand Prix of the season so far, and I'll be covering every single detail right here on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that button right now. Drop in the comments. Do you think Mercedes will extend their lead after this break, or do you think Ferrari and McLaren will come back stronger in Miami? I want to know what you think. See you in the next one. Peace.